And that's when I said to him, hey, you listen here, I'm basically a god, and they ran away. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, good going, Donald, but you know, you could have just told him you're a president, but I mean, GG's all the same. Anyway, it's time for a brand new tier list.
Yeah, Barack, just like it's time for me to date your wife, Michelle.
Donald, that's not happening, and you know it. This isn't wife swap, this is another Papple tier list time.
Yes, Papple tier lists are only the finest quality tier list ranking lists, of course, for the people.
Yeah, right, bitch, because you're such a man of the people, right, Joe?
I only invented an entire genre of comedy, but who's keeping track, right?
Joe Donald's right on this one. Please just shut the fuck up, will you? Okay, so today we're doing chips. They are so delectable, tasty, and good.
Yummy chipperoonies, fuck, they're so salty after a good bowl of ice cream, pals. I am so glad we are together again, I might cry.
Joe saved the tears for 2024. Barack, you're absolutely right. Chips are the greatest invention since the first man put salt on food in the first place.
Hey, Donald, how are you so sure that it was a man? Don't be such a sexist pig, Donald.
Yeah, Barack, you're right. A woman probably put salt on food because she had nothing better to do than to come up with new meals since women only exist for the kitchen.
Or she was trying to take care of a wild Neanderthal she found out in New York somewheres.
Damn, Joe, that's cold as fuck. But let's get to fucking business. As Michelle stopped massaging my shoulders in disapproval of our taking forever to actually start ranking these chips. So let's start with a classic, Doritos, the nacho cheese flavor.
Oh, Doritos, the nacho cheese flavor, are the tastiest fucking flavor of all time. I love the salty cheese all over my tongue. My mouth is watering just thinking about them. If they're not S tier, I'm just gonna log off and go get a bag right now and eat the entire fucking thing.
That's rich, Donald, and makes sense, considering you look like a nacho cheese Dorito yourself.
Joe, please keep the racism to a 0. But Donald, what ranking for nacho cheese? I myself think you almost cannot get a better chip than nacho cheese Doritos because they are so classic and special. They almost cannot be beaten. Bro, they even put them in other mixed snacks, like with pretzels and stuff sometimes because they're so good they're like icing to any cake.
Doritos are one of my favorite chips, believe me, because I know chips, especially nacho cheese.
Oh, how interesting, Donald. Are you going to rank them or just talk about the tastiness? Because honestly, Donald, you can keep going talking about the taste. I don't mind.
S tier for nacho cheese Doritos. Next up is Funyuns. A bit of a curveball, boys. What you think about this American gas station staple?
Barack, when you put it like that, it almost makes me want to get a button on my desk next to the Diet Coke button. I love gas station food, especially because it's overpriced as hell, and that makes it taste 10 times better for some reason.
Yeah, Donald, you get what you pay for, sort of like me getting elected.
Joe, would you please just shut the fuck up and stop saying the quiet parts out loud? Honestly, these salty ringed snacks hit sort of a niche spot on my taste bud palate, although the fact that they are niche makes them mid as hell. Honestly, B tier sounds good for them. What you thinking, boys?
Well, Barack, they are salty, and if you eat too many, they can hurt your stomach and give you stomach aches. I think B is fair, Barack.
Joe, what the hell is a stomach ache? But Joe's right, I get stomach aches sometimes eating those things, especially with a Pepsi. It feels like my stomach is a school kid science experiment waiting to pop. Just throw them in B-Obama.
Donald, is there a reason why you're yelling at the top of your lungs, or are you just happy to see us?
I love you, motherfuckers.
Well, that's nice, Donald.
Yeah, that's nice. Michelle loves you too. Up next is the legendary Cheeto.
You guys don't love the Donald? Honestly, classic Cheetos are tasty and deserve S rank, no question. But really, F you guys, I thought we were cool.
We're cool, but not as cool as the Cheetah. Barack put those Cheetos in S rank. I agree on Donald's ranking. Even the Donald looks like a Cheeto himself, honestly. He is a pretty cool guy, so S rank him Barack. Come on, man.
Can't argue that, but me personally, I am more of a fan of flaming hot Cheetos. But okay, whatever you boys say is law. Like literally, we are presidents.
Damn, Barack, that's
When
cold
did you
as
open
hell.
the freezer, Barack? Jeez, it's freezing in here flexing like that.
All hail Michelle because she's the head of the household. Now I'm just gonna put flaming hot Cheetos in S rank because they are honestly just that good. And now let's do
Cool Ranch Doritos Barack S tier. They are cool on my tongue, Mr. President.
Yeah, Joe, honestly, I have to say, sometimes you can be a cool guy because I agree with you. Put those things in S ranking Barack. Cool Ranch Doritos might be the yin to nacho cheese's yang. Just a solid alternative to the classic flavor. They melt in your mouth and leave you feeling like you just ate a breath mint made from ranch.
the synopsis. Donald is fire, or should I say cool. Next up is Lay's classic potato chips, boys.
Those chips aren't as good as the barbecue ones.
Yeah, barbecue Lays are amazing, but Barack, both those flavors belong in S.
I love a good Lay's chip, but the classic belongs in A tier, and the BBQ are going into S, and I'm not going to hear another word on the matter. If we put every chip in S tier, it would defeat the purpose of rankings at all. Classic Lays are simply not as good as BBQ, in my opinion. And that's that, Donald.
You fucking traitor, Barack.
Hey, good point, Barack. Plus, the classic can get a little greasy and salty.
Yeah, we should start calling Joe President Joe Bidenstein because you're so smart, Joe. Who knew that chips were supposed to be greasy and salty? Like, damn, my mind is blown. I had no idea chips were supposed to be greasy and salty. You clueless nursing home patient.
Enough with the insults, Donald. Ha ha, get it? Salty Donald? You salty pal? Insults? Ha ha ha.
Obama, you're so funny.
There are different qualities of grease, Donald. Some chips are greasier and saltier than others.
2,000 IQ points to Joe Barack.
Joe has a point, Donald. There's different layers to how greasy and salty a chip can be. There's no question. And it is fundamental to the overall design, taste, and experience of eating a chip in the first place.
Just rank the next chip, Barack, you pander bear. Of course you would pander to Joe. You are his puppet master. So basically all of Joe the Ho's opinions come from you anyway. Barack.
Donald, that's not true. Joe is an individual just like any other.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Presidents. Now, please put Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips in S tier as they are basically taste bud irrigation crisps. They completely pull out all of the saliva from your mouth, and you both know I love a chip that can make my mouth moist like a waterfall.
Joe, your poll numbers are coming down like a waterfall, but who cares when you rig the whole thing anyway? Am I right, Barack?
Donald, chill. Joe has a point. The Cape Cod salt and vinegar chips really make your taste buds explode with excellent taste and flavor and should be tried by all peoples if you haven't already. Therefore, to be honest, B tier next to Funyuns.
Okay, but what about the garden salsa sun chips, Barack? You just gonna screw us over like that, or are you gonna rank something that matters?
Garden salsa is mid and deserves D tier. If I was going to eat a chip that tastes like a tomato, I'd just eat a whole tomato.
Soft for chewing, right, Joe? Maybe they'd mash it up for you first with your nutrition shake in the morning, right, pal?
Come on, Donald, that's weak. Joe isn't even that old. He's only old enough to be my father, that's all.
Barack Joe is so old, he makes the Constitution look fairly recent.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve the Constitution.
And putting garden salsa in S tier just for that, Joe.
Yeah, I knew it, Barack. You hate the Constitution.
I love the Constitution, Donald, but bugles, not so much.
I am partial to bugles, Mr. President. They have a special place in my heart. I love that you can put them on your fingers and you can pretend to be Johnny Depp from Edward Scissorhands or like an animal like a cat or something.
The fact that you can put bugles on your fingers are their only redeeming quality. Kind of mid-tier flavor, if you ask me.
Not gonna lie, Joe, I agree with Donald on this one. They make you feel like you're a kid, but no one really eats those things. C tier. Next up are Ruffles.
Rough.
I was about to say the exact same thing, Joe. At least A tier. They're a rippled, wavy chip without giving your pants grease stains. They're like the M&Ms of the chip world. Just amazing overall. Potatoey and delicious. With a satisfying crunch that would make Captain Crunch feel insecure.
Well, slap me silly and call me Obama. A tier it is. Next up, we've got Pringles OG flavor.
If I may interject, but Pringles are mid as hell. All Pringles really are brought home to get pushed to the back of the pantry, never to be thought of or eaten again. They're like bugles. Just fun to make your mouth look like a duck mouth, but that's pretty much it. Not good for dipping, not particularly tasty. Just kind of bland, you know.
Sounds a lot like you, Joe. Yeah, throw them in F- tier, Barack, just like Joe's presidency. Looks a lot like a president, but kind of bland.
Hey now, looking like a duck at least means something. Even lame duck presidents get mentioned on the lineup. I personally like Pringles in small amounts, especially pizza flavor. I think B tier for OG is fair. What you boys think?
I think we need to pick up the fucking pace, Barack. Let's all rank 3 each, then talk about what we have done.
Donald's got a point, Barack. I'm not getting any younger here, Barack.
Okay, well, rapid fire round it is then. First, I'm going to place Cheetos Cheesy Poofs into S tier as they are godlike.
Honestly, no problems with that here.
Barack, you are a genius. No question on that choice.
Thank you, Donald. Next Pringles BBQ flavor is going into S ranking along with sour cream and onion Pringles.
I like a good BBQ chip.
Sour cream and onion is honestly next level godlike, but not so sure how I'm feeling about the Pringles barbecue, but whatever.
And now it's Joe's turn. You ready, Joe?
I was born ready since the Jurassic Age, Barack. First put Takis in S tier. Original Sun Chips an F-, and Pizza Pringles is S.
Okay, Joe, I see you, pal. Not sure how I feel about Takis and S, but I guess it doesn't matter when they're being ranked by a dementia patient. Now it's my turn. I say, put veggie straws in D tier. They taste all right, but they're nothing special.
Veggie straws are so mid that I honestly can't believe we even ranked them, Donald.
Hey, Barack, sometimes I can go for a good veggie straw. They'd be better for you than cigarettes, Barack.
Joe, Joe, shh.
Next, put Lay's sour cream and onion in a tier, and Fritos in C tier because they go really nicely with chili. But by themselves, they're pretty mid. Toasted corn croutons, basically, so they're sort of mid.
Okay, well now I'm going to rank 7 selections because honestly, Michelle is giving me the signal. Here I go. Oh, look at all these Doritos. I think I'll rank all these. Joe will rank the kettle flavors, and Donald, you can rank the rest. Then we will have finished this marathon. My God.
That's it, I'm out. Later, losers.
Wait, Donald, don't go.
Mr. President, it's my nap time. Let's just finish it later. Maybe not. Who knows? QQQQQ.
Joe, are you still coming over for chips? Joe? Donald? Oh, man.